All right, as we've been reporting here, masks, the idea of masks, they will now be optional in Ontario classrooms this school year, continuing on what they were doing at the end of last year. Some are happy with this, others are wary of a resurgence of COVID-19 cases. There is a lot to discuss in the school setting, not only with masking, but negotiations. So joining me now, Karen Littlewood, President for the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation. Good morning.
Good morning, Melanie. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I first want to get your take on the throne speech and what was said, maybe what was not said when it comes to the world of education. Anything surprise you there?
Well, not really. There was a budget that was put out as a campaign document in the spring, and it had a picture of highways on the front of it, and that continues to be the focus, not the people of Ontario. We did hear that there's going to be another $225 million into the pockets of parents, and while I can see that that could be helpful in many cases, that's $225 million taken out of the education budget. And I think we're approaching around $1 billion now that's been given directly to parents, where we need to be considering what could be done system-wide with money like that. It goes a lot further when it's used within the system.
What could have been done, or what would you have liked to have seen? I mean, that's a big, broad question, but, priorities when it comes to the school system and investments.
Yeah, well, Bill 124 is absolutely still a problem. As workers in the education system, we're coming to the end of our time with Bill 124, but we're a primarily women-dominated field, and we've been restricted to a 1% increase for the last 3 years. I really feel for healthcare, we're all having the same types of problems where we can't fill the jobs that we need to be able to fill. And that's really a challenge going forward. We're looking for stability in the province. And the way that you create that stability is by respecting the workers. There really wasn't a lot in that budget or the throne speech that said, yes, I respect education and we know that education is an investment. Instead, we're looking to continue to shortchange the students of the province.
How are negotiations going? We had the education minister here on the show within the last month, their whole plan to catch up, which on paper looks great. But elephant in the room is that there are no deals signed. And so where do things stand and where's the progress?
So I just want to be clear that typically at this time in the negotiation cycle, we wouldn't be signing a deal. It usually happens after the expiration of a collective agreement. So our agreement expires on August 31st. We're going through the regular process where we've shared our brief with our members and we're ready to be at the table. We will be bargaining this week, Thursday and Friday. We look forward to hearing more about what the government has to offer. In 2019, we knew exactly what they were offering. They were offering to cut 25% of the high school teachers in the province and to force 4 e-learning courses. We don't know what's going to be on offer this time. We know what's really important for our members. And again, that's the respect, looking towards a cost of living and how it's increased and how it's our compensation in the last 10, 12 years has not kept up with the cost of living. So it really is a challenge for people who are looking to pay their bills, to put gas in their car so they can go to work. We need to have the workers in education in the buildings. We're so excited for September and to be back at school, but we're looking for stability from the government.
Karen, really quickly for you, we've got about 30 seconds left. The idea of masking being optional again, like we saw at the end of the school year, is there a concern right now for educators?
Again, we're leaving it up to people to decide on their own what's safe for them. So I'm happy to hear that the N95s will be offered to staff, masks will be offered to students. We really have to do what we can to slow the spread. Masking, testing, air quality, distancing, all of those things have to happen so we can keep the schools open and we can continue to work with students face to face.
Karen Littlewood, President for the OSSTF, appreciate your time. Good luck with the negotiations and the talks again. We'll chat with you very shortly.